Radin, okay? Fazila Aini is her real name. Dr. Radin, she's known as Radin because of family name. Don't play with her. She's been in the ecosystem long enough, okay? So she's had...
Whole enough.
She's eaten more salt than us rice, all right? Is that correct? I think so. There's something like that. So we're very happy to have her because she will tell you who she is and how she's relevant to the monkey spraying case. Chu Di Wei is, we call him the Counsel of Claws activationist, okay? He's the president, but you know, we just like to keep our titles. It's irrelevant. Point is that because of Chu Di Wei taking initiative to band together about 80 legal professionals, specifically to offer pro bono legal service to any animal welfare party in need. Now, because of Counsel of Claws, we have got people like Dr. Radin to come forward together with Execute Awa and be a people's movement to inspire more courage for the cause. We also have Jamie as well, also representing a lawyer in the Counsel of Claws, okay? So, I guess to start off, it will first be Chu Di Wei introducing to you guys so that you, please guys, after today's press conference, well, our internal community press conference, please go out. See, I termed it well. I said community press conference because I had some inclination. Please go out if ever you come across any victims of abuse or even animal abuse. Now you know you have a platform and a sense of belonging to report and share your story in case you have you fear being judged or criticized. Okay? Please take the floor, Mr. Chu Di Wei.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming on Saturday morning. As Suen has introduced, my name is Chu Di Wei. With me is Jamie Wong. We are both practicing lawyers. And the reason why we came up with the Counsel of Claws is because we wanted to be a platform, to be a bridge between people who have problems, legal problems, which affects animals, but are too afraid because they feel that there is no outlet, there's no opportunities, there's no representations for them, and they feel alone in this battle. But little do they know that they have a bunch of lawyers here who are doing it for free. When we say pro bono, it's just a fancy word for free. And of course, just to be clear, when we say pro bono, free, it means that we don't charge any form of legal fees, not a cent. The only kind of cost that may be incurred is just things like if we're going to court, if we file something in court. But even then, there are some lawyers who are nice enough as well to absorb that cost. So today's press conference, thanks to Suen, it's meant just to also create awareness. In addition to Execute Awa, is for the Counsel of Claws, so that we all, and all of us would know that we can help each other. For what? For the benefit and well-being of the animals.
That's right. Yeah. Yep, so we are celebrating volume and synergy for animal welfare because we all know and can agree we cannot fight alone. So therefore, people's movement. Jamie, would you like to share anything?
No,
okay. Okay, now, so far any questions? The Counsel of Claws? No? Okay. Dr. Radin, very important this one. Okay. You want me to give a bit of intro or you straight away kecam there? Okay. Okay. The reason why I got the pleasure of knowing Dr. Radin is because somebody from London reached out to me on Facebook, seeing that we were, doing what we were doing with Execute Awa, to inform me that this lady has had a bit of trouble in her community, simply for having a heart with her group of feeders. Okay, and this person thought that we would somehow be able to lend support. And before I knew it, I was in contact with her and a few other lovely bunch of feeders in her community in Sungai Buloh, right? And then at the time that I made contact with Dr. Radin, she had already lodged a police report against the perpetrator, who was caught on video spraying the monkey twice in 2 different colors in this 1 minute plus video. Excruciating to watch only because of the proximity of the spraying and the maliciousness of the act. And in fact, in the video, if you pay attention, you hear the people not laughing, but saying padan muka, encouraging and enabling the act of cruelty against this poor monkey that was caged up. So Dr. Radin is going to explain to you her perspective as a vet, okay, as well as her take on being a resident in such an environment that clearly doesn't exactly celebrate compassion for animals. Okay, please.
Okay. Hi, Assalamualaikum. You got to excuse me, sometimes I'll be a little bit off because I've been in the government too long, so I'll be more or less like sometimes forget that I'm no more in the government. Okay, what happened was on that, empathy is one thing that we should have. If you don't have empathy, there's no way we can pass the message across that this is bad or this is good, right? Now, this thing going on, before this there was a dog issue at the same area, and twice dog issue, and then the council issue, and afterwards we have this monkey issue. So what happened was this group, they are professionals, because this particular taman is for the grade A, grade B officer in the civil service, so they have tertiary education. They are in the above the B40 group, and sad things that they are Malays. I feel sad because my end point of this word is that you are a Malay. You're a Malay means you're Muslim indirectly, all right? And then you're a man in Islam, you are supposed to be the pillar. And then you're gone to Hajj, you're Haji, and you're a professional. And his counterpart is a lawyer. So, and the way you do it, you can see there's no compassion, rather than you're a big bully to the animal. And most I was a bit sad because being a vet, I can sense that baby, the way it screams, is a young monkey. Is just what we call adolescent. So when I read further the message, they trapped two before that. Okay. The two adults got out. Then next day, an adult male came in, and then it got out. So this baby is a baby, so it stays trapped. And the act of spraying, because being in the vet, we know about the toxicity of different pesticide, whatever. So when they use the spray paint, we know very sure when we need to put on a mask when you do the spraying paint. So, and openly you do it on the monkey's body, and you know the way the thing absorb, yeah, because and being babies, they're very thin skin. I could feel the excruciating pain. That's why empathy is important, to understand the feel of the pain of the animal, yeah. And not once, but afterwards they use another color, double. And being this pain, it'll stick on the baby. And I was praying that hopefully it'll rain, because then it'll wash off the pain. But I think it did not. I think it sticks on the baby. And then they did on the genitals also. I mean, it's so. I'm sorry. The act itself deem you as a human being.
Inhuman.
I won't say it's inhuman. Even the human won't.
Yeah. To me, that is.
Yeah. Okay.
The person who's recording
It's also an accomplice.
have the heart to even record.
Correct.
You should be stopping that.
And I don't know if it's a woman. I wonder why you say woman is right. It's a woman that did it. Okay. I was like, what's wrong with this? So I sent it to my department to ask them, is this wrong? Because I left my department a long time ago, so I don't know what is the law that states this clause. So they said, okay, doctor, why don't you talk to the pengarah Selangor enforcement? So, because I'm Selangor, so we follow the right of rules, right? And they were the one who took that into their care to take the action that night itself, which is that means that, oh, must be serious because you come on the same day. Because why? If they were to come the next day, they might have already dismantled whatever that is there. So there's no proof, evidence. But the good thing is that the thing were recorded, so even though you remove the monkey, the evidence is there. So I went to the police is because then they started name calling me, they were harassing me, they were demanding. I mean, it shows that I am the culprit rather than the other way around. That somebody raped a person, The rapist is okay. The one who report the rape is wrong.
Silenced, yeah.
So to me, this is not right, and I think this happens in other situations. I wouldn't know, and I feel bad because I've always been fair to the public. I've served the government well. So to me, why is he still doing this? You know, you might kick the bucket next day. Why are you doing this? Old, the guy's old, right? Not so now. He's a lot younger than me. All right. So. And I was praying until today, where is the monkey? Even yesterday I was searching for the monkey because I'm hoping that it's not dead. The idea was that's why I said the word in bahasa niat tidak menghalalkan maksud. That means you want to do it, but does not mean that you are right. Don't take matters in your own hands. That's the one it should be. They say because they heard this folklore that if you were to discolor or deface a monkey in that group, then the whole group will leave the place because they find and leave that, ostracize that particular being. So then they solve the issue of the monkey being in that group. Ostracizing your word. You're going to ostracize a baby? I mean, that's what makes me more sad. My boss used to tell me last time, Radin, you're too emotional. But I can't help it. I'm a vet. I feel I can understand the word more or less. So these things get overwhelming for me. So when they start accusing me and cursing me, and then trying to ask me to leave the place. That means they want to shoot me. I would say percentage, but there's about 164 small community, 174 in the group, so about 100 and below 100 houses. And I would say the silent, there was about 30% silent who supports animal welfare, but the others.
So the majority actually endorse that kind of cruelty.
I think it's education. Because they are not from KL per se. I'm not saying that KL is better, no. They are, most of them from Kelantan, they are teachers, not bad, okay, teachers, they're educators, that's sad thing, because they will teach their children. In fact, I was, when they were against the dog, right, I would have to stop. I told them, hello, this doggy is okay, it's how you approach it. So it's the education. It's important. You must go on education, okay? The funny thing, these people, when they go to London or whatever, they'll talk to the dogs. But they set foot in Malaysia is the other round. I think that I don't know, is it the
Mentality.
I don't think they have a real character. They don't have personality because this category of people will follow the journalists. That's all about it.
It's herd mentality, is it?
Yes.
Okay. And that is not Islamic, sorry. I'm a Muslim, it's not Islamic, so that's wrong. All right. Because if they say dog is wrong, they don't have dogs in Makkah, they have dog in Makkah. So that is totally wrong. Get with the monkey issue. So because of the threat, I felt, so I was at home, I did not answer any of this WhatsApp, whatever. Vinod is supposed to be here. He says, Kak Radin, we better make a report because this look malicious. I kata, is it? I wouldn't know, is it malicious? So I said, I thought it was very tame. Because he'll come, when he come, he asked me what happened. So I went to the police station at about 2 something in the morning. I went to the first police station, there was a corporal. It was very, very nice. Actually, police have, is a good, they're all right, they're okay, you know. Lawyers always make the police right, okay. And then afterwards, until about 6 in the morning, the police says, doctor, now you have to go to another balai police, ITD Sungai Buloh. I kata, why? Because there is a sense, there's a word that they say it's a threat. When threat means under jenayah. I asked him, kenapa jenayah? Is it jenayah? I thought it was civil. No, it's jenayah. So I went to IPD Sungai Buloh in the morning, 6. No sleep yet, yeah? And then, first time I went to this balai police for jenayah section. You guys, what they show on telly is the truth. How they were sleeping, it was daylight, they were sleeping, they were snoring, because they work at night. They are the owls. That, of course, I cannot blame them for sleeping, but oh my God, like Jackie Chan's movie, exactly, they were sleeping like that. I kata, oh my God. And then it was dark, and I could feel the goosebumps, you know why? Jenayah, criminal, is I would imagine that the rapists were here, they were, the murderers are here, so you can feel the,
It's ominous.
yeah, and then I went in, I talked to him. He's a good inspector. Inspector means the tertiary level, so okay, brilliant guy. While we were asking me what happened, and I showed him the thread, they would have told me, doctor, please take a Photoshop of all this thread because they can delete it. Sure enough, they deleted the video on the WhatsApp. Luckily, the other police already told me, simpan, this is evidence. So to me, if the police says it's hard evidence, to me that means it's a case, right?
Yes.
And then I said, I asked the police, would this be why is it jenayah? Because they said, because they read the threat, sebab ada unsur ugutan. So that is a threat, alright? So I was there for until about 12, 11 something, ngantuk, you know. And then afterwards, while we were talking, while they were asking, suddenly he heard a big snore. That's why it's like a movie. The guy opposite him, the opposite table, his colleague, was snoring. And then he said, Bobby, he was a Saban, Bobby. And then, Bobby, louder. So I thought you could correct the posture, okay, right? And then he went out, he asked the guy to get up, and then the guy got up, oh sorry doctor, saya tertidur. It's alright, it's alright. This is work. That means people do work on aside from what. But I'm saying I told my mummy, Mum, what we saw on TV is exactly what it is. They were sleeping.
But Dr. Radin, why have you decided to speak up so daringly? Because we understand you've been bullied for many years now in your neighborhood.
3 years, yeah.
3 years for feeding the strays and the animals in the area.
Yeah.
And you have been silent, you and a few others, right, who are kind enough to take care of the animals around. But why have you now decided to dare come out and speak up today?
Because the momentum of how they smear me
Yes.
in the WhatsApp, that got me.
Did they mention names? And
They says, they call me, not good name, yeah. Petualang is a very heavy word. Petualang are like those who dishonor the country. What a word to use.
Treacherous.
Treacherous,
yes,
yes.
correct.
I got to look at the
Traitors,
dictionary
treacherous,
to know the meaning.
Chong is
Petualang.
dictionary.
Treacherous,
And
treacherous,
dictionary.
pengkhianat, petualang,
This is what pentualang.
baruang, all those
is
kind of thing.
heavy term. And then pelapor. That means they say I'm the whistleblower. And then say fitnah. The fitnah. Slander. I said slander meaning, they read probably the meaning of slander, yeah, Mr. Dictionary. It means something that's not right, that's not
No, I
true.
know.
But this really happened with, how can it be fitnah? So in fact they asked me indirectly in the thread, I have to make a press release and then bring down whatever Facebook, whatever there is, and tell them that this is wrong.
So they started harassing her and
Are they only males, or is it the
It's a
male and
community.
the wife?
husband and wife as well.
Or even the wife? Children?
I said it's a woman's power.
Yes.
Sama je. Children no.
Like teenagers?
No.
Because this community chat are all the elderly members and all these elite pensioners are within
The
this
word
community,
pensioners.
elite pensioners. And they have been harassing them to try and silence them, and I think it's a clear case of when they cannot be reasonable enough to compete with your character, they start to damage your reputation, which is what they've been trying to do.
And sad thing, the perpetrators, they're lawyers, yeah.
Yeah, perpetrators are lawyers as well.
They are lawyers, yeah.
So, it's painful to see.
I wouldn't want to spray, but the colleague is a lawyer. He's quite a.
The one that was standing with the tongkat. Because there was someone else standing
Yeah,
with
with
the
the
tongkat.
tongkat.
Yeah.
Brother Tokat, there's a penghulu. He's the head for the whole lot. He's a dato. Yeah. He's the money guy.
Shameful, very shameful.
Huh?
How the elders got penghulu?
No.
That's what, when they said to me, remember Saidah was telling me? Oh, sorry. They says, I kata, is this a contagious disease or infectious? Because he wasn't like that last time. But suddenly he changed cover. or change color, whatever. So I said, hey, I think this is an infectious disease because he wasn't like that. And we don't touch each other because he's a male and we are female, so it's infectious. Suddenly he became like this for the monkey because because he says you wouldn't know, says because your house were not ransacked by the monkey, but their houses were, and they were more upset because the monkey did not disturb my house.
But to be fair, guys, just to be clear and correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Radin. Perhilatan actually, it's okay, guys. Perhilatan was called to handle this monkey situation several times. We don't know how many, but throughout in 12 months, according to sources, they were called to handle the monkey situation in the area. They failed to take action until only recently, which is why it is still an assumption not yet confirmed that the cage was set up there by Perhilatan to capture. And if that is correct, because there was no food or water in the cage, there was...
No, it's like this. When they complain about the manners by the monkey, I mean, we cannot, I mean, that is correct. We cannot say no. Yes, monkey does manners, right? In the Pardon?
A monkey will not come into household if you leave food outside and you throw your dustbin and the food comes. They won't come. Taman Tun also has
correct.
got lots of monkeys just next to us.
Yeah. That's why I said, don't take matters in your own hands. It's the last line. Kan? Because, and then President kata, okay, because they cannot keep on coming, I got a monkey. They keep coming, I got a dog. So what is it? Okay, I give you the cage. When the monkey comes in, the trap is a friendly trap because it's by Perhilatan, so they have done all the SOP. That's the right trap. All right. In the event any animal comes in there, they're supposed to inform the Perhilatan, and they'll come and take the thing away. But the moment I saw the spraying, the first thing I told one of my friends there, I said, I cannot go up at the back. Can you check whether the animal has food and water? Because that's the first thing you think. It's been there, you need food and water. I don't mind going and doing, but the animal's not there. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind even, I can sedate it. I have my medicine at home to
So
to help
negligence for the animal, no food, no water, also a form of abuse. But honestly, we focus back to why you have decided to step up and speak up.
Because
Why?
Because of the perpetrator is being seen as the goody two shoes people, and I'm the villain. And I don't go out of the house, so I only go out at night. If I go to my train, I go like after 3. I leave the house.
See, she has had to change her lifestyle one way or another to avoid the bullying, the harassment, the confrontation, the boycott, the sabotage. And there is, of course, mental, emotional stress as well. And unfortunately, this happens more often than not. So Dr. Radin is very courageous too.
And more so, they
Step
said,
forward.
they asked me to leave the move house.
Yeah.
They have got no right to do that.
Of course not.
I said, they do not pay that's my house, I bought the house.
Yeah.
Are you telling me to get another house like that? There's no right. And then even when they scold me for feeding the animal, I told them many times, if I don't feed the dogs, they will mess up your dustbin.
Yes.
They will chase your cat.
Yes.
So I'm doing a good favor. I never ask a single cent. Every night I will do that, right? And the monkey, they come to my house, what am I supposed to do? But when they come, I just say, excuse me, just take a little bit and then go off after this, right? Talk to them, they understand you.
Yeah.
They said it, and then they are more upset because the monkey did not do anything to my... I have 3 bunch of the bananas growing now. It's there, staring at them, but it's not being touched. This monkey now, if they say, what they did was right, the next following day, few days after that, until today, the monkey is making worse havoc than before. That means they pick the purpose, is it, of what they have decided before. So to me, that's more wrong. I mean, that is more wrong. If the monkey have a court, hey, hello, it did not work. I mean, that kind of thing. So that means it's not working what they said. And I think I told them probably the monkey is more doing more havoc now because it's a baby monkey. Probably the mother, the aunties or whatever are more upset like the elephant case, yeah, because it's a baby. Probably that's the reason why. I don't know.
What shocks me is Bukit Tungku, Kelly Hills, one of the oldest, has had the monkeys there for a very, very, very long time. I have never seen anyone ask Penglihatan to come and put a cage there to catch. What we do is, when I was exposed to that area, we will close the windows, don't put food out. You have to work with the monkeys. So they won't come, you won't encourage. And then after some time they get bored, they go to another house that opens the Kampung. Taman Tun also has had the monkeys. There are monkeys in the Taman for a lot. And they don't come. Occasionally they come to my daughter's room. They just stand there, but then, we do not put food.